Hello folks, this is Jeff Phillips with SmokingMeat.com. Today we're going to be smoking a turkey. We have a 14.85 pound turkey here, and I'm going to be showing you today how to spatchcock this bird. That just simply means we're going to butterfly it. We're going to cut along both sides of this backbone. We're going to lay it open. This allows it to cook faster, cook more evenly. Let me show you how I do this. Before we spatchcock this bird, we have to brine it overnight. Now I have my container here. You can use a bucket, you can use any kind of a large container. You may have a special brine container that you like to use. I've already put 3 gallons of water in it. I'm gonna add 3 cups of salt, and I have 2 cups here, I have another cup here, and we're just gonna dump that in. Now this is Morton's kosher salt. It's flaked, it dissolves really well. Now once you put the salt in there, you just have to stir it for about a minute to let it dissolve. And once that dissolves, the water will return to clear. Okay, that's probably good right there. Now we've got our approximately 15-pound bird here that we're just going to put down into that water. Now this needs to go in the fridge for 8 to 12 hours, just overnight. When I bought this, it was frozen. It's been in the fridge for about 3 days. You can expect a piece of meat like this to thaw out at a rate of about 5 pounds per day. I have about a half gallon of ice here we're going to pour in. That's just to quick cool that water. We're going to go place this in the fridge overnight, and once this thing is done brining, I'll be back. We're getting ready to pull this turkey out of the brine. Before we do that, I want to make up our mayo rub mixture. I like to use the Duke's mayo. It has no sugar in it. I like to add my own seasoning, my own sweetness if that's what I want. So if you have your own favorite mayo, it'll work just fine. Now I'm going to eyeball about 2 cups of mayo. This doesn't have to be perfect. I may actually end up doing a little more than 2 cups, but I want to make sure I have plenty. I have my Jeff's Original Rub. Probably about 6 tablespoons. Go with something like that. Around 6 tablespoons is about right. You can add a little more, a little less if you want to. I'm also going to add a couple of tablespoons of my Jeff's Original Rub. This gives it a little bit of pepper, a little garlic, a little onion, a little cayenne, and just a little more savoriness. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. We're going to mix this up real good, and this is going to spread all over that turkey. We're just kind of mixing that all in, and this mayo works really well on the poultry, but it's also an amazing delivery device for that rub. We're going to be able to get this all up underneath the skin, all over the turkey, and it's just going to make a really good bark on the outside of that. So that's good right there. That's all you do. See how good that looks? Now we're going to set this on our board with the back bone facing up. That's what we're going to cut out. Swing this thing around. Let's cut out this backbone. Now I've got this turkey with the backbone facing up. I've got the neck facing to my right because I'm right-handed. This is just what feels comfortable to me. If you're left-handed or if you'd rather start from this end, you can do that. It really doesn't matter. So on both sides of this neck, we are going to cut. Now these scissors are sharp, but this turkey bones are a little more tough than a chicken bone. So just kind of have to work your way through it. Break through some of those tougher bones. Got that side. You can see how tough that was to cut through. That bone right there is the tough one. And there's probably some better shears you could get right along that backbone. We're just cutting right through those ribs. Now I'm cut through this side. There we go. All right. Once you get this thing cut open like this, you can see there is a kill bone right here. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of a cut so that'll crack, flatten out. And we're actually gonna season the inside of this turkey first. So I'm gonna leave this just like this for now. Now I will warn you, there's some sharp ribs right here, so you wanna be kind of careful. I'm gonna dry this off just a little bit before we add our seasoning, before we add our mixture. I want that mixture to stick really well, and it will do better if the meat is a little more on the dry side. Being able to season the inside of this turkey is just another great reason to spatchcock the bird. Lay it open where you can get to the inside meat, and so then we're able to season the inside. We'll flip it over, season the skin side, and it's just so much better. I'm going to spoon about half of this onto this side, and we're going to save the rest of it for the skin side. I'm just going to use my hands to spread this all over the inside of that turkey. Just a good coating. That's good right there. You don't want to take too many pains with it. Let's flip this thing over. These sometimes they'll come with a pop-up timer. You don't need that. These things are set to go off at 180, which is way too much for cooking a turkey. That can go in the trash. We're going to spoon the rest of our mixture here onto the back side of that turkey so we can spread it out. Now I had this turkey laying on paper towels to dry the skin side. You want to make sure the skin side is pretty dry. It helps when you're applying this rub. You just want to get this everywhere. You can pull the skin up right here if you want to and kind of work your hands up underneath that skin. There's some membrane up in there that's preventing you from getting to it, and you just kind of have to press through it. I've got a lot of rub left on my hands, and I'm just kind of pressing some of that up onto the meat underneath that skin there. And you could certainly make more of the rub mixture. If you wanted to put a lot more up underneath there, you could do that. That's good right there. We're going to go get our smoker fired up, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, when you butterfly a turkey like this, it cooks faster and more evenly. So typically a turkey this size would take 7 hours or so at that temperature. We will come back and check this, and I'll see you then. It's been about 7 hours. We're getting ready to take this turkey in the house, see what it tastes like. Let's do it. All right, let's move this over to our board. Look at that, tender, and you can see all the rub, and see how crispy the skin is. It's not crispy like it was fried, but it's definitely not rubbery or anything like a lot of people complain about with poultry skin. I always like to test the breast meat, because that is That's the part that everybody complains about, being dry. And so let's just get us a piece here. All right, let's just try a piece here. Make sure that skin is intact. Man, that is so good. It's just got Thanksgiving written all over it, man. Wow. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today as I cooked up this spatchcocked turkey, butterflied turkey on the Camp Chef Woodwind. It turned out beautiful. It tasted great. It's something you can do at your home and your smoker. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. This is Jeff Phillips with SmokingMeat.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video.